What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. We're now seeing that supposed special counsel Jack Smith not only ruined it for himself, his Trump case, his office as special counsel, guys, but he ruined it for all the other justices that have been bringing about these charade cases against Donald Trump, guys. We're now seeing that district attorney over in Fulton County, Georgia, facing one of the biggest backfires, detrimental hits to her Trump case that I think we've seen coming yet. This newest update, guys. This follows the Supreme Court's ruling, slamming down on Jack Smith, granting that immunity on Donald Trump, guys. I don't know. It looks like things are getting very dark for the district attorney over in Fulton County, Georgia, Miss Fani Willis. This was update. I'm excited to get into the update, see exactly what's going on, how this is affecting Miss Fani Willis. We're going to get straight into the clips, and I'll say my thoughts for the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube, push this video out. Definitely stick around to the end, you guys. But let's get straight to the news. Before we can do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Fani Willis suffers a humiliating defeat with the Trump election interference case, specifically over that election interference as to when did it happen and is it covered under his general immunity. This definitely chips away at it with the Supreme Court helping him out. And she bet her whole career on this thing. And this is going to be a devastating embarrassment for her, which is good news. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. Part of why we're happy is Trump just exists and all of his opposition just immolate themselves. They hoist themselves on their own petard. They set traps for others and they fall into it themselves. Bad news for Fani Willis and her Trump election interference case. The Supreme Court ruled for the first time that a president has immunity for official acts. Now, this is on The Root, from The Root magazine, which is about as sympathetic as Fani Willis is going to get. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Donald Trump might be entitled to immunity from his behavior during the final days of his presidency, and as it pertained to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The decision may have damning effects on the Georgia racketeering case against him. These are all of the RICO charges. These are the big ones that brought in 18 co-defendants that also had RICO charges against them. And remember, he was racketeering and organizing all of them, allegedly. That case, which was spearheaded by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, is currently on hold as an appeals court evaluates if Willis can even stay on the case at the request of Trump and his co-defendants to have her, because she's been corrupted with Nathan Wade, engorging the taxpayers, taking their money and going to the Caribbean. The Georgia case is also has some of the same matters as special counsel Jack Smith's prosecution of Trump and federal election interference charges. So this is an example of Fani Willis could have gone more conservative on her prosecution of Trump, but she didn't. She went for gold. She went for the grand slam home run. And this is a problem in law. You go little, little pigs get fed, big pigs get slaughtered. There hasn't been a trial date set by Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee yet. One of the motions before him is Trump's attempt to get the charges thrown out based on grounds of presidential immunity. The Supreme Court's 6-3 ruling stated that Trump's contacts with Justice Department officials about his stolen election claims are protected by immunity because they're part of his official office task. Now, here's another place where I really need to show this Mike Davis video because he breaks this out. Trump's unofficial acts, some of them are also protected by immunity because you do unofficial things like have private conversations about emails and strategies before you make them official. If you're not allowed to have those private, unofficial conversations, machinations, plans, then it would greatly affect and ruin the presidency if you couldn't even talk about things and plan things or propose things, even if you choose not to do them. So those are unofficial acts, but they're the precursors to the official acts. And I believe the Supreme Court will also find those protected also, just to protect the presidency. The High Court also said that Trump is presumptively immune, unquote, from being prosecuted for his contacts with former Vice President Mike Pence right before the January 6th insurrection of the Capitol. Interesting enough, those contacts are also referenced in the Georgia case. So because they brought them in as evidence, now they're part of the court case. And the Supreme Court now has weighed in and said Trump's communication with Mike Pence, including, remember, John Eastman is one of the co-defendants. John Eastman is the lawyer that they were working through Trump and Mike Pence. Trump was trying to use Eastman theory on the Constitution that would allow him to go with alternate electors. So I hope you can hear all this familiar vocabulary going on. Well, all of that is now being decided by the Supreme Court, and they're basically saying that Trump has immunity to explore those things. Okay. Trump is expected to push to dismiss the Georgia case on the grounds of immunity with a subsequent hearing to follow. The Supreme Court ruling did not decide on the issue of immunity regarding Trump's contacts with people outside of the federal government, including Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. This would also include maybe his conversations he might have had with Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis. She was his lawyer, so there might be an official capacity there. On January 2nd, 2021, Trump called Raffensperger and encouraged him to, quote, find, unquote, more votes than President Joe Biden. That's one way of putting it. It would very easily, without too much generosity, see that Trump was asking him to find votes that existed, not invent them. That call is a vital part of the Fulton County indictment, as well as the effort to recruit alternate presidential electors for Trump. That's the big plan that's under scrutiny. I believe that so far this is the biggest hit and dig from the Supreme Court level, going to all these lower courts automatically fall into line. This is done. And Fani Willis is already into so much trouble with so many delays that this is just falling apart at the seams. If they remove those RICO cases, that's half of the counts against Trump being dismissed. And that and the J6 court case through Chutkin in Washington, D.C., the half of those, I believe that's 4 counts, 2 of the 4 counts would almost automatically go away. And I believe this also will affect the Stormy Daniels case too, because she was allegedly doing a cover-up to help Trump get elected. That was in 2016 before he was elected. But this is just showing that all of these cases are really flimsy, ready to be appealed. They're not going to pass scrutiny. You can have Democrats do your puppet courts, but there's higher courts that mitigate raw politicization that we've seen in the court system. So it means the courts, justice might still be alive, hanging by a thread just a little longer. What do you guys think? Does Fani Willis ever see a courtroom again regarding Trump unless she herself is being indicted?
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Thug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you have to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. Talk about things hitting the fan, guys. They've turned this dumpster fire on its head times 10. DA Fani Willis is never going to get to this guy, Donald Trump. We're seeing that Jack Smith, in his pushy nature, trying to hurry up, get this thing rushed to the Supreme Court, has now backfired on all these charade cases against Donald Trump. I recall a couple of months back saying I don't think this whole Fani Willis situation could get any worse. There is nothing else that could slap another harder blow on her than, Judge Scott McAfee initially ruling that she could stay on the case, just toss her boyfriend off. Then Donald Trump, his legal team, challenging that with the appeal, sending that straight to the appeals courts. And I was like, this thing can't get any worse for Fani Willis. She's on, the midst of having her whole case tossed out. She's in question of whether or not she's a proper district attorney. Multiple fronts and entities challenging her position as a district attorney. I just thought things couldn't get any worse for the district attorney, guys. We're seeing that I was wrong times 10, as Jack Smith, the supposed special counsel, has ruined it all for everyone, guys. Not only DA Fani Willis himself, Letitia James, Judge Merchan, and DA Alvin Bragg. I mean, the list goes on. Tanya Chuck. I mean, this thing is just turned upside down by SCOTUS's ruling of that presidential immunity for Donald Trump. I've said it once and I'm going to keep saying it again. SCOTUS just moved Donald Trump from the bottom of the mountain all the way up to the top. It is almost impossible for them to climb up and tackle this guy off, you know, and take him down. There's just no way. SCOTUS just put him on another level. You know, that's a high obstacle that I just don't see those figures, those corrupt justices on the left overcoming in order to be able to get after Donald Trump, guys. I don't know. DA Fani Willis, her whole case in the balance, as we now are seeing a trickle down effect. You know, not only Jack Smith's case and his chances are shattering, but we're also seeing that monkey wrench being thrown into DA Fani Willis's Trump racketeering RICO case, guys. This thing is all flipped upside down. Definitely excited to hear you guys' thoughts on this one. I mean, DA Fani Willis was already at rock bottom. Now she's hitting rock bottom's basement in this newest update, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Does DA Fani Willis just throw in the towel at this point and give up? Or do you think she's going to continue to try to, you know, grasp at straws in order to get Donald Trump, guys? Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible. You guys share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost one thing. You guys hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.